Hi guys, it is 8:26 in the morning. Kawhi just really had to do this at 3 a.m. in the morning. So if I seem a little sleepy, there is a valid reason. And at the time of this recording, it is 8:26. But Kawhi done got me fucked up, man. So just bear with me here. Let's get right into this video. The wait is finally over. Kawhi Leonard has made his decision, and he has decided to sign with the Los Angeles Clippers for a 4-year max deal. However, what many people did not see coming was the Clippers trading for Paul George in exchange for Danilo Gallinari, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and pretty much their whole future after this Clipper era is done. So now the Los Angeles Clippers are armed with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, two of the league's best forwards. One just led their team to an NBA championship, and the other just finished top 3 in MVP and Defensive Player of the Year voting, and they added those two on top of a core that already won 48 games in the grueling Western Conference with the back-to-back 6th Man of the Year on their team. It is a truly scary sight, but not scary enough, which is actually a great thing, and is the biggest reason as to why I think Kawhi Leonard saved the NBA with his signing to the Los Angeles Clippers. You see, for the past decade or so, we have all been clamoring for complete parity in the NBA. The idea that we don't know who's gonna win going into the season seems like a new concept to us now. While yes, we didn't see the Warriors losing this year or the Mavs losing in 2011, for the most part, we've known how the playoffs will play out. It's going to be the Heat versus someone else. It's going to be the Warriors versus someone. For the past couple of years, it's not even just the Warriors versus someone. It's who are the Warriors going to beat, and most of the time they actually beat that team. And while the NBA has never failed to produce a great product in the modern era, and while yes, it is pretty fun to have that one league-wide bad guy that everyone's trying to beat, at its core, basketball is a sport that thrives on competition. The best competing against the best trying to prove that they're the best. And it's not trying to join the best just to rack up championships. And for the first time in, I would say, literally a decade, it finally feels like we've achieved a level of parity in the NBA that really satisfies a lot of people. And it's all thanks to Kawhi Leonard for choosing the Los Angeles Clippers as his destination. As a matter of fact, it's not even that, but more so him just not choosing the Los Angeles Lakers. He could have stayed in Toronto, because if he did choose the Lakers, that would have just continued the one league-wide villain super team mantra, as the Lakers would have 3 undisputed top 10 players in the league that have a legitimate argument to each be a top 5 player. And the last time that was done was when Elgin Baylor, Wilt Chamberlain, and Jerry West were together, and that was only for like a year, and then Elgin Baylor decided to retire or something like that. And that was, also a half century ago. But because of Kawhi's move, for the first time since I would say the 2009-2010 season, I would say parity has been at its best. If I ask you guys right now who's going to win the championship, while there are favorites, let's keep it a buck, you just don't know. You just don't. You might think it's the Lakers with LeBron and AD, but you just can't be mad if someone said the Clippers and their crew are going to win the championship, because it's completely valid. Heck, if I ask you, who do you think will make the finals? Not who's gonna win, just who's gonna make the finals. While again, there are favorites. For the first time in a decade, there isn't just one heavy favorite from each conference to make it. I mean, for Christ's sake, we literally watched the same man make it out of one conference from 2011 to 2018, in the same finals matchup for 4 straight years. It just seems like such a great breath of fresh air. And even looking down the line, not just for this year, but especially when KD comes back, there will be even more parity in the league. Again, there are and there will always be favorites. From the looks of it, For the next 2 to 3 years, it'll be the Nets, the Lakers, and the Clippers competing for the championship. However, what signifies parity to me is one, not only are there 3 levels in that one tier, but 2, the gap between those 3 teams and let's say the Nuggets, Golden State, the Utah Jazz, the 76ers, the Bucks, and the Rockets aren't astronomically big, which is saying a lot considering the talent on those 3 teams. While yes, conferences are still a problem, as the Western Conference is still so much better than the Eastern Conference despite their improvements, the thing is that's been a problem in the NBA for the past 2 decades, and that has nothing to do with league-wide parity. I would say in 2002, there was still league-wide parity. Now, looking at the playoffs, there was only one series that went to 7 games in the Western Conference and another that went to 5 games in the first round, and at the end of it, the favored Los Angeles Lakers with Shaq and Kobe did end up winning the championship over just a 52-win Nets team. But let's do something here and add a boatload of context. That season, there were 4, I repeat, 4 teams that won 57 games or more. And those were the San Antonio Spurs, the Sacramento Kings, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Dallas Mavericks. All 4 of those teams were in the same conference, the Western Conference. And as mentioned before, only one series in the West went to 7 games. However, with a simple click of a button, you can see that in the second round, although both the Mavs and the Lakers series ended in a mere 5 games, a majority of the games were close. As a matter of fact, out of the 10 games, 7 of them finished within an 8-point margin, meaning that they were indeed really close games. And like I said, the series after the second round in the Western Conference Finals went all the way to 7 games, with the Lakers and the Kings battling it out. While it seemed like the Lakers were so much above everyone else from the stories we've been told from back then, the reality is that it wasn't like that. At least for 2002 and 2003 and 2004. So despite the favorites coming into the season still ended up winning the championship, you can classify that season as a season where parity was still not a big problem. And while yes, this imbalance still does exist, the lack of predictability is what makes me believe that parity is the best it's been in a while. Specifically, the best it's been since 2010, my personal favorite NBA season, and I believe there is more parity than we realize even right now. We know the Clippers and the Lakers will be good, and so will the Nets after this year, but there's always a couple of surprise teams that we never see coming that end up just being one of the NBA's elite and could end up being on the same tier as the Clippers and the Lakers. We just don't realize it. We didn't see the Rockets becoming what they were in 2018 when they won 67 games coming into the season. We didn't see the Nuggets and the Bucks becoming what they were last year. Conversely, we didn't see the Celtics becoming the disappointment that they were last year. But looking on the bright side of things, maybe the Nuggets are in the same tier as these 3 new powerhouses. Heck, maybe the Golden State Warriors still are despite losing KD, with the new addition of D'Angelo Russell combined with still having their core of Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson. Heck, let's look at the Utah Jazz, who just acquired Mike Conley, a piece they've been missing for years now that they just finally acquired. Look, all I know is I literally don't know what to expect from the NBA coming into the next season, aside from greatness and the epitome of competition. Again, there are favorites, particularly being the Lakers and the Clippers. However, this story would be much different if Kawhi chose the Lakers, as everyone would be clamoring to find a way to beat that team with 3 undisputed top 10 players that are head and shoulders above everyone else. And for not doing that, I think Kawhi Leonard, because he definitely had this in mind when he made his decision. Combine this with pretty much the elimination of tanking due to the new lottery rules, and man, the 2020s is going to be a very, very fun era. I kind of already hinted at this a couple years ago, but just I don't want to gas myself up. And who else would have been the catalyst of this than the fun guy himself, Kawhi Leonard. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what y'all think about Kawhi Leonard signing with the Los Angeles Clippers. Because, you know, it was announced at 3 a.m. I did have some time to actually write a script. This time, not off the dome. Because, you know, as easy as those videos are to make in comparison to my video essays, I do kind of feel guilty with the quality I put out there. So I am glad I could deliver you guys, you know, better quality this time around. I definitely have some stuff coming up just in the next week or so. More coverage of the Kawhi Leonard trade, specifically the OKC Thunder side of things, because they did trade Paul George. Also, I will be doing, you know, y'all will see it. Y'all will see it. Just follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and you guys will know what it is. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I am out. I'm going to sleep. Peace.